...2023 election, ATIKU'S camp drops bombshell, reveals how WIKE sends Peter Obi, 2 governors out of PDP. Wow. So it means that Atiku also has his camp in this PDP that is also an opposition to the G5 governors that are aggrieved and that are led by WIKE as well. So let's see the bombshell that are dropping on WIKE at this time. The spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party Presidential Campaign Council, Daniel Buala, has alleged that Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State, was the one that chased Peter Obi out of the party. Peter Obi is the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. He left the PDP prior to the presidential primaries of the leading opposition. Some political pundits have said the former governor of Anambra State has seen the game being played out in the PDP and he left the party when the ovation was loud. Wow. But Buala, in an interview on Wednesday, November 23rd, on Channels Television, shared by the Medium on his Twitter, said WIKE was the reason why Peter Obi left the PDP for Labour Party. Buala alleged that when the discussion of zoning the party's presidential ticket to the southeast came up, WIKE saw Obi as a threat and called for the ticket to be zoned to the south and not just southeast. All right. Why some PDP governor defected to APC? Why is that? The PDP chieftain also alleged that the Rivers State governor is the brain behind the defection of Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State and Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade from PDP to the All Progressive Congress. All right. However, WIKE recently commented that he was only fighting Umahi then because of PDP's interest. Note that Umahi is the chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum, an influential position that the PDP had enjoyed before the governor decamped to APC. Wow. So now, Buala, the spokesperson of the PDP PCC, is coming out now to say that WIKE is the person that pursued Peter Obi out of Labour Party. Meanwhile, WIKE had alleged earlier that Atiku is the one that pursued Peter Obi out of Labour Party. All right? And I think Kwankwaso also said it that because of injustice in PDP, and that is why they all left the PDP to get into their own different parties. Now, PDP chieftains under supporting Atiku is now coming out to say that WIKE is the person that pursued Peter Obi out of PDP. Now we understand what transpired, that prior to the PDP primaries at Abuja, Peter Obi saw the way things were going, that he was not going to have any chance under PDP, and he defected prior to the primaries, because that was the best time to defect. All right? If he had waited till after the primaries, it would have been difficult for him to defect, and INEC would have held him somehow. Okay, but now he saw the way things were going, and when it was safe enough, and when the ovation was loudest, he moved out of PDP to Labour Party, aligned with them, and they adopted him without wasting time. And since Peter Obi became the presidential flag bearer of Labour Party, and since then, Labour Party has just risen from 0 to 100% popularity today. All right, and now PDP now is trading wars among themselves between the Atiku group, that's Atiku cabal, and the WIKE's group. They are not trading wars among themselves. Who drove Peter Obi out? Who drove Peter Obi out? You know, Peter Obi is not the center of discussion. He has left them. All right, and I'm sure with the way they are saying this thing, they are regretting Peter Obi leaving PDP. They are regretting it internally. They don't know how to say it. But it is obvious that PDP, Atiku, and all of them, all the PDP big men are regretting that if they had known, they would have probably had a better discussion to have, because this guy commands crowd. He has a very huge popularity and acceptance. So Peter Obi leaving PDP is a big, big loss to PDP. Assuming Peter Obi is in PDP now and accepted to be vice presidential candidate to Atiku, PDP would have won this election in a landslide, unopposed. All right, but right now, Obi had left them, And that was why the same Kwankwaso that left PDP to form NNPP and became the presidential candidate of NNPP wanted to align with Peter Obi, but was also trying to suppress Peter Obi to make Peter Obi vice president. No, Peter Obi said, no, I can't settle for the less. The committee or the Peter Obi negotiation team said, no, we can't settle for the less. And that was how that negotiation for merger broke down. All right. And Kwankwaso has also come out to say he regrets not making a deal with Peter Obi and Labour Party because he knows what he's losing. So everybody is envious. Everybody is, angry losing Peter Obi, including PDP. Now, PDP, among themselves and WIKE now, they are now trading words. They're coming out to tell us that it was WIKE that pursued Peter Obi out of PDP, simply because when they wanted to zone presidency from in PDP to go to Southeast, WIKE kicked against it and said it should not be Southeast, it should just be South. So that when it comes to South, he will have a chance to contest and hope that he will win it. Unfortunately, they had to play North politics. The Tambua and the Atiku had to play Northern politics, and then Tambua kicked against WIKE, and they kept the power back in the North, and then Atiku won the primary ticket. You see? And they're also alleging here that WIKE is the reason that Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, the governor of Ebonyi State, who was in PDP and the chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum, all right, he defected to APC, and that WIKE was also the person, he was the person that pursued Umahi out of PDP to APC. And again, the governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, was also another person that moved, and they are also alleging that it was WIKE too that pursued Ayade from PDP to APC. So all these allegations are coming on WIKE. We're expecting WIKE now to come out and defend himself, because he is claiming that the injustice in PDP is so much, and that is why he's leaving. But we know that he has also scheming strategy to win or to become the leader or to become the most relevant person in PDP. But it's not working out for him. All right. So all of this is going on now at the PDP. Now Atiku Kaba is coming now to put the blame on WIKE for pursuing the key persons that the PDP had before. I can see Dino Melaye there, and I can see other people there in that interview. All right. So it's just unfortunate that Buala, all right, has brought out this case now against WIKE. So WIKE now need to come out and come and help himself. Come and help himself. All right. He needs to come and help himself. So he needs to reply and respond to this allegation before it is too late. Now I have some comments here. One says, go and gather primary school children and tell them. WIKE said they should zone presidential ticket to South, not just Southeast. Who now zone it to the North? All right. So yes, so that was actually by Atiku's scheming to keep it in the North. It was Atiku's handwork. Somebody saying, good question. And nobody wants to answer that question. All right. Some people talk like idiot. WIKE did not send Peter Obi out of PDP, but the greedy and selfish of the Northerners in the party. Can you imagine? So how can you expect a reasonable person, to align with this kind of agenda? So it was not WIKE that pursued Peter Obi. That is what somebody is writing here. That it was the greedy schemers in PDP that actually caused it. Okay. Another person is saying here, my friend, don't mind them. Why he did not send others that contested with Atiku and WIKE to other parties? Because I believe not only two of them contested under PDP. Yes. Atiku was ready to support Obi as the presidential candidate of the PDP, but greeting WIKE as the zoning committee chairman, to throw the zoning open for all, thinking he would win. You see? So information is coming out here now. So we have forgiven him. Atiku can as well drop his presidential bid to support Peter Obi. That is very good. Another is asking me, is Obi in PDP? Obi is not in PDP now. I said you are saying that PDP should shut down all their structures and line up behind the Labour Party, which is impossible. That can never happen. That can never happen. So that is what we are getting here. PDP and Atiku and his cabal are alleging that the key persons in the party, that of Peter Obi, Dave Umahi, and Ben Ayade, were driven out of PDP by WIKE himself. And we're aware that Umahi came from Bonny State and graced the occasion in River State where WIKE was commissioning a road project as well. So all of these people, they have a way of meeting and reconciling among themselves. In the after, they are just like witches. In the afternoon they quarrel, in the night they meet and discuss. So that is how they are. All the politicians, all of them are like witches. They meet in the day, and they quarrel in the day and show enmity. In the night, they attend the same coven in the same meeting, and then they enjoy themselves. So let's be careful about them. This is what is coming from PDP at this time and from Atiku and his PCC, Presidential Campaign Council. All right, thank you for listening, and let's have your comment as well.